Hello everyone. Let's play some Wukong. Okay. Today the third day or the fourth day? Feels like it's the fourth day. Okay. Let's move on and see what's next. Oh, another boss fight? I thought I just completed a boss fight. Let's turn up the volume. Black Wind
500 years. I have rebuilt the temple. Now it's grander in scope. All those monks consumed by the fire turned to wandering ghosts roaming in Black Wind Mountain. It was I who granted them eternal repose. I have even restored the charred scriptures piece by piece. But oh yes, I always knew. One day you shall return.
Wait, what? Are we enemies? You don't move?
Pose the challenge. Yet know not
What? Oh, what happened? Where are you? Oh, ouch. You drink. Gonna hit you. Gonna hit you again. Gonna hit you again. Okay, now I can target you. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, is he drinking potion? Oh no, he's not drinking potion. He's spitting fire. Where did he go again? Oh yo. Oh yo. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
And perhaps I can even grant you a title. I was ascended to deity by one. Who are you to stand against me? You have ruined
Where is he?
everything.
Oh my god, is that a body slam?
Be like him.
Okay. Yao Guai King, Black Wind King. The door is half open. Do I have money? Travel? No, not travel. If I could, I would. I need more things. So let's travel. How do I know what I have completed? Like, what I have... what is fully explored and what is not. There's no map, right? There was a fire boss, right? A fire spitting boss. Where is this? Guess it's not here. Seems like you can't hit a rabbit.
Be smarter, almighty king.
What path is that? Which path is that where there's the fire demon? I think I'm lost again. Right trigger? What's this? Body cooling powder, okay. Where is this? Outside the forest. Okay, okay. Oh wait, I can craft the stuff, right? Craft weapon. This one. Stone spear. Sure, let's take it. Nice, nice. By the way, do I have skill points? Nope, 0. Go right or left? Let's go right. Who is this? Let's try. Oh, ouch, I got hit. Oh, he fell. Oh, no stamina. Oh, wow, pump strike. Let's see if I can poison him. Oh. Ouch. Bam. You fell again. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Oh my god, almost died. You do or die? Is it die? Oh, close fight. Take. What's this? Spirit again? Okay. Equipment, I can... What's this new? Oh, churro obtained. Slightly increased critical hit chance. Nice. Let's see. Increased defense. I'll take it. Watch demo. What do you do? Hit butt? Okay. Examine? No. Details? There is something, I guess it's not here. But you can see what happens if you level it up, right? Jade Lotus? What did I press? So much things to read. Characters. Sure, I'll leave it to you. I'm almost dead. I guess I should run backwards to restore my health. I'm not even sure if this is backwards, but I think it's correct. Oh, there's the incense. Altar. Okay, rest. Craft. Right. I guess this hasn't been unlocked, so sure. And let's see, craft armor. More wheel. Increase sprint speed. Reduce water. Stamina cost when water. Sure. Oh! I can craft the last one. Increase defense by 1. This one also increased by 1. Sure, I'll take it. I probably skipped here previously because of the big head Yao Kuai. But now I have this path to explore. Which doesn't seem very new. Feels like I came here before. Yeah, I came here before, right? I fought a boss here. Yeah. Travel. This is Guan Yin Temple. So let's go back to outside the forest. Let's keep left this time.
Drop your treasures and
Ouch. Nice. The path splits around here. I'm quite confused. Okay. Lots of these mushrooms. Is that the flame guy? Yeah, revenge. Let's go. Ooh, ouch. Oh, it missed. Ooh, ouch. Bam. Bam. Ouch. At least if his health is quite low. Two hits. Didn't expect that. Ooh. Finish it. Defeated. 妖怪 Chief 光智 Pick up.
Master spoke of you. The destined one.
No, retire spell is a spell. As the feral fury intensify with each fierce thrust, the flame do rise. Transform into a giant, into a wolf guai, and inflict scorch pain on enemy which attack. It's a spell. weapons and valuables cherished by Yao Guais often carry lingering obsessions of their deceased owner. Collecting them grants the ability to briefly take on their forms in combat. Each transformation has its own strength, making them worth experimenting with. Transformations continuously consume might. What is might? You mean stamina or you mean mana? And require full gauge to initiate. Using spell during a transformation further depletes might, and once it's fully depleted, the transformation occurs automatically. Subsequently, might will gradually recover. Let's try. E. Where's my might? Is my might depleting with X? Seems like it, but it's very slowly depleting. But if I use Y, it depletes very fast. I see, I see.
You
What
just
happened?
had to make some noise, did you? Now everyone knows you're here. When a chime so grand echoes in the forest, Yao Guais will surely be alarmed.
Sure. Okay, seems like my exploration here is done. Wait, there's something here. Nope, there's nothing here. Let's keep right. I think I missed some things.
When you're down, there'll be more.
Okay.
Report to Lord Nixie quickly.
Who?
The monk is here.
I came from here, right? Let's go here. Yep, I think I explored where I wanted to explore, which was that fire monster. Okay, let's go and fight the... the Black Wind Chief. Let's see if I can see if there's any changes to the store. Tiny piece of gold can be sold. Sure. Can sell for quite a lot of money. Okay, anything else to buy? Yarn can be bought, so if I need them, maybe. Craft? Oh yeah, I should. Let's see, self-advance, cultivate spirit. Consider increased defense. Ah, I want this, I want this. Increased defense. And then reignite the sparks. Oh, I guess I don't need that. Store, sell. Let me sell these. Sell. Yeah. Some. Then I can craft armor. How do you... Grey Wolf Mask. Inflicts more damage on bonus on enemies at critical health. My critical health or opponent's critical health. But anyway. Sure. And max gear with whatever that is possible. Travel. Cave interior, that sounds odd. No, I guess it's... Let's go and learn his move skill sets.
You challenged me without even letting. You posed and shout, yet know not how to
ouch,
fail
what?
your rituals. You have ruined everything.
Ooh, I can smack him, but he can smack me as well. Ooh, it spins. Ooh. Let's see if... What's this? Let's try.
That's a you won't burn the temple down.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. Ooh. I wanted to do this. Let's try. Did it hurt? It hurts me more than it hurt him. Oh, I got hit again.
I think not.
Okay, okay.
Why so eager to die when you could walk away? You posed and shout, yet know not how to veil your retreat.
Ooh, that's fast. Okay. Ooh, ouch. Ooh. Oh, he disappeared. Can't dodge that.
I was ascended to deity by one king. Who are you to stand against me?
Oof.
Still think you're rock solid?
Ooh, got hit again.
That's all you're capable of. Show your hand.
Ooh, ouch. Oof.
It's harder than you think to be like him.
Okay. Saw a few more of his, what do you call that? Of his skill sets. Now it's
You challenge me without even letting me have dinner. You posed and shout, yet know not how to veil your retreat. You have ruined everything.
ouch. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. He heal?
You failed!
Punch him. Nice. Nice. Did it. We did it.
You have some cheap tricks. Meet me at the summit if you dare!
Summit.
The spell he just cast may appear intricate, but it's not hard to learn. The Black Bear's expertise is lacking. Serving Guan Yin didn't help him much. But what he left here could surely help us. Consider today your lucky day.
Cloud Step. Spells. Dispersing into mist allows for an escape and provides an opportunity to execute an unveiling strike.
Focus and disperse, illusions traverse. You still have a lot to learn, but give yourself the time.
Interesting. What did I wanted to do? I wanted to self-advance. Can I use this finally? Still cannot. Interesting. I wonder when can I? Oh, I must get, maybe I must do both sides? Maybe, just maybe. Maybe I'll do this later. Each talent slightly increases damage over all varied combo. Alteration? What is this? New steps? Increase movement speed. Increase the maximum health of deploy. Sure. Transformation. Increase might recovery speed. Reduces decay. Immobilize. When the enemy is immobilized, the moment they attack, extends the moment duration and massively increase damage taken. Massively increase the engaged distance of light attacks. Okay. Sure. What are these? so dark. Nothing here, I guess. Water, maybe? Okay. Any new things after defeating that boss? No?
Stop him, lads!
Who, where, what? War? That was a immobilized by mistake.
Coming for our mark, huh? Think again!
Ahead is a treacherous path, young monkey. Don't forget the spell you just learned.
I totally forgot about the spell that I just learned. Am I stuck?
He's the one!
How long do I have? Whoa. Can I fight you here? Let's charge, do some charge attack. Let's do another charge attack. Nice. Then let's do some cloud step. How to hit him from here though? Okay. Who, where, what is hitting me? Why is there someone shooting me from behind? Oh my god, there's someone there. Couldn't jump up. Okay.
Saw your face.
Celestial Normary Pill, Celestial Medicines, a Miracles Pill refined by Lord Lao from the Fushita Palace that massively increases maximum stamina. Okay, I'll take it.
Promise to reward whoever kills the mountain.
Missed. This means that there's a altar nearby, right? There we go. Okay, I think let's rest here for today. Good games. Thank you guys for watching. Good night, sweet dreams. See you all next time.